Welcome to the Parsha Perspective. Each week, we will delve deep in a weekly Torah portion to find a practical and insightful way to enhance your daily life. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Rabbi Shalom Yemini, and each week we will look into the weekly Torah portion to find practical and insightful ways to enhance your daily life. This week's Parsha Perspective is in honor of the immediate and speedy recovery of Daniel, Aaron, Moshe, Ben Ruth. May he and all those who need a Refuah Shlema experience God's mercy and compassion. This week's Parsha Perspective is in loving memory of Leah, Mintche, Bas Yaakov, Yosef, Edward Ben Efraim, Shlomo Ben Edward, and Yirachmiel Daniel Ben Gedalia. May their souls be uplifted and may the memories be a blessing. This week is a double Torah portion, Parshas Tazria Metzora, the 8th day. Our Parshas discuss some of the complex laws of Tumah and V'Taharah, ritual purity and impurity. We begin with the purification process that a woman must undergo after childbirth. This involves immersing herself in a Mikvah and bringing a sacrifice in the Beis Hamikdash or the Mishkan. The Torah then explains the intricate laws of Tzara'as, a skin discoloration, and since it is a physical reaction to a spiritual transgression, the person who receives it is ritually impure. A Kohen must see the person who thinks they have the symptoms of Tzara'as, and after the Kohen examines it and judging by the various signs, such as an increase in size after 7 days, he will pronounce it pure or impure. A person diagnosed with Tzara'as must dwell alone outside the city limits until it is healed. Once the prescribed time has passed, the person must undergo a rigorous purification process to return to their city and community. However, a question comes to mind. The second mitzvah in our parsha is bris milah, the obligation of circumcising a baby boy at just 8 days old. Similarly, the first step in healing Tzara'as is waiting 7 days after the Tzara'as stops increasing. And on the 8th day, they can begin the purification process to re-enter society. Additionally, last week's Torah portion began on the 8th day from the inauguration of the Mishkan, Parshas Shmini. Why is the number 8 a core component of many important mitzvahs? What is so unique and special about this number that it is overrepresented in the spiritual realm? The Chizkuni Rav Chizkiel ben Mana gives a simple explanation. He quotes the Talmud in Shabbos 130a that explains that a bris milah is on the 8th day and why it is. According to Rabbi Eliezer, the 8th day signifies that you can do a bris milah even on Shabbos because it's a greater mitzvah. Hence, a bris milah can even be done on the year's holiest day on Yom Kippur if it's the baby's 8th day. The Chizkuni explains that the 8th day indicates an important obligation requiring additional focus and emphasis. Bris milah, Tzara'as, or the 8th day of the holiday like Shmini Atzeres, calls for extra significance and extra regard. However, the Aruch HaMakadesh, Rav Chaim ibn Attar, a Moroccan commentary and Kabbalist, gives a deeper and more profound explanation. He writes that the number 8 is no coincidence but indicative of so much more. He quotes the Zohar on our Torah portion that details the meaning behind the number 8, superseding and surpassing nature. The Aruch HaMakadesh explains that nature is represented in the number 7, 7 days of creation, 7 days of the week, 7 laws of Noach for non-Jewish people and for the entire world, 7 days of mourning. But the number 8 represents the combination of all physical and spiritual energy transcending human consciousness, going far beyond even the most intangible notions and connecting with God above time and space. Accordingly, the number 8 is connected to significant mitzvahs, to significant commandments, and transformative concepts in Torah. The previous Torah portion, Parsha Shmini, number 8 in Hebrew, is about a physical home in a materialistic world for a God that is non-physical. A bris milah, a circumcision, is on the 8th day for it surpasses time. It binds us in the same covenant as Avraham Avinu. It takes 8 days to begin the purification process because Tzara'as is a spiritual disease embodied in physical leprosy. The number 8 is all around us to signify a profound lesson. Physicality is not the all-important element of our existence. In fact, it is just a minor portion of it. The Aruch HaMakadesh continues that our world reflects a deeper spiritual reality and is not simply a collection of random and meaningless events. We are the expression, we are the manifestation of God's thoughts and desires. And with every mitzvah we do, with every moment we learn, we grow closer to our source. We get closer to our Creator and our Father in heaven. The Talmud in Sukkah summarizes the 70 bulls that were sacrificed in the Beis Hamikdash during the Sukkot holiday. They were offered in honor of the 70 nations of the world and included in the blessings for the upcoming year. The holy and great sage Rabbi Eliezer explains that on the 8th day, on Shmini Atzeres, that only one bull was sacrificed and only for one people, for the one and only Jewish nation that exists far beyond the reality of this world and is chosen by God. This deep and profound lesson from the Orach HaMakadosh is ever more relevant as it was just Yom HaShoah, Israel's Holocaust Remembrance Day, a day when we remember the horrific tragedies of the past and the senseless murder of millions of our brothers and sisters, but also a day that we vow to never forget, never to let go of their legacy and thrive in the face of adversity, to live, exist, and flourish in our innate condition, above nature, on the 8th day, in God's holy and divine reality. In our daily life, it is imperative that we realize that we can accomplish far more than what we think is possible. We are only limited to the capacity of our imagination and creativity. But through listening and learning, we enable our soul to sing its divine song, to share its godly light with the world. There's a powerful quote by Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs. The affirmation of Jewish life after the Holocaust is itself a testimony to the covenant that survives and to the voice of God that continues to be heard, no matter how little, by the contemporary descendants of those who stood at Har Sinai. Have a great weekend and good Shabbos. Thank you for tuning in to the Parsha Perspective. Check out our website, theparshaperspective.com. Send thoughts and comments to theparshaperspective@gmail.com. Till next time, thanks for listening.